right, you guys, welcome back to a new edition of the Diggy A2 podcast platform. I am your host, Rob Diggy, Rob D in the place to be. And as you all can tell behind me, I have a different logo that you guys have not seen before. It is FBA, which stands for Famous by Association, which is spearheaded by Tara Ennis, who was going to be hanging out with us this evening. And this series is called Dig A2 to showcase FBA Management, the evolution. So we're going to be talking to everybody that's a part of the team, culminating with the most famous of the group, Jehry Robinson, who you all get to see a couple of weeks down the road. But when we decided to do this showcase, we decided to start with everybody. So we're going to be talking to Tara Ennis first, who has a huge influence over this entire organization. So she's spending some time with us here this evening, and I am super excited to bring her in. So let's have you all meet Tara. So Tara, good evening. How are you? And say hello to the people.
Hi. Did it work?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Hi. Thank you so much. That was great.
No. Thank you for spending time. I know you guys are crazy busy. What a year it has been, man. Like, oh my God. Like, you guys.
I think it's the craziest year like ever for like a lot of people.
Yeah, it's been a ride. So I just wanted to let the fans meet you and see you and hear your story and give us a little bit of context of how FBA started, where it's going, the entire journey. So I want to know it all. Don't leave nothing out. This is your time. We're showcasing you. So we want to thank you for being on the platform. And
thank you for having me.
How I'm going to start the premise for this is the beginning. How did Famous by Association start?
Oh man, it was I would say maybe 2014. Jehry, Jehry's a very business, minded type of guy. So he's always involved in all these kind of businesses and stuff. And I came up with the name, like sitting watching TV, and I was like, oh, Famous by Association. I'm like, that would be like a cool, like business name one day for something. And he was like, yeah, he's like, that's really cool. He's like, but I would call it FBA. And I was like, oh, damn, like that's really cool. So I made the little logo on a clip art on my phone. And I was like, all right, let me save this for one day. So, I mean, it was just like, it was crazy going through that, I'm sorry. I lost my train of thought.
You're fine.
I'm sorry. You're
fine. Tell me the story. You're fine.
Yeah.
All right. So you made the logo on your phone.
Because it's so much. It's so much. You know what I mean?
It's all good. I got time. Yeah. I got time.
So I would sit inside and I'd be watching TV or something. And we had turned the shed in our backyard into a studio for Jehry, which was not at all soundproofed. Neighbors complained all the time, but that's where he created his music. So, we've been together for a long time. So he's always had, producers and people he's done music with and all that, which has been great. But for 2014 to 2016, it was kind of like a low period as far as him like creating and stuff. So I would leave bartending a while and I would come home and I would listen in the shed. I would go in and hear what he did, like what he was working on for the day. And, progressively over the course of maybe 2 months, his beat production was like, I was like, a little bit went from like, okay, this is a Jehry beat to like, oh damn, like you made this, like, this is crazy. So I'm like, we have to let people hear it though. Like no one's hearing it other than me and my sister Bree, like who's also FBA. So it would be the three of us in the studio, like bugging out, like, this is so good, but how is anyone ever going to hear it? Because I feel like a lot of artists let their music live on their computers. And like, what do you do? Like, you got to put it out, Right. So it was actually like a fight heavy because I was like, I pitched to be his manager and he was like, okay. I was like, but you'd have to let me take the reins kind of, and like, let me do what I want to do. And he was like, well, what do you want to do? And I was like, I want to give CDs to people. And he was like, CDs in 2016, no one cares. I'm like, okay, but like, I like CDs. And he's like, okay, how are we going to make money? I was like, we're not, we're going to like give them away. And he's like, okay, who's going to pay for the postage? I was like, we are. He's like, so this is not benefiting us at all financially, but this is how you want to do it. So it took like two or 3 months for him to convince him to let this CD thing be a thing. So he was like, let me write on Facebook and see if I can get people's like home addresses. And that's where the first 300 and like our initial fan base came from, because he already, like I said, he had already been building. Everyone knew Jehry as like the music dude from where we're from. But it was just, you know, like I said, changing from bands and different managers and things like that. It's a process, you know?
Yeah.
So that was like how it was created. And his first task actually was he wanted to be signed to a label, because FBA, right? We were like, I never wanted to be a label. I did all like the research pretty much like on my own, like me and Jehry, like just learning like what distribution is, what this is, like how to put a song on iTunes, like, because it can all be done. Everything is like Googleable. But the you know, his ultimate goal was to be signed to a label. And we were like, okay, as a management company, like that's what we do. We shop our artists to labels that fit to them, you know? So
that's what's up. So with all that journey, how did you guys handle business versus relationships? Did you guys lose friends along the way? Did you gain new friends? Like, how did you guys learn how to handle that, especially as you started to grow a little bit? How'd you guys handle that?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's like the thing with me and Jehry is we've been together since like for a very long time, like 16 years. So when you're with somebody for that long, like trust and loyalty that we have to each other is like such a bond that cannot be broken. So it's just holding on to that person tight, knowing that you both will never screw each other over, and being cautious. Because the thing is with Jehry, like as an artist, like he's got to stay focused in the music. Like, you know, and it's all encompassing when he's in that zone. Like it's not like you can have a normal conversation, but like he's in that zone. So it's a crazy wild thing, mixing the business with the relationship. But if it like happens to work, it's a lot, you know, it's constant compromise. It's a lot of arguing, but like the thing is our arguments are about business. They're not personally. So that's like where you really have to separate. Okay, is this a relationship fight or is this a business thing, you know? So, but really, I mean, I feel like if you're not building your brand, like with your partner, like, I feel like I feel like good advice for couples. Like, what do you guys both enjoy? You know what I'm saying? Like you got to spend your time and these days on this earth. Like you might as well make them like the best you possibly can. So why not work on something together to benefit both of you guys and your future and your legacy, you know?
That's what's up, man. I think that's good. And I would say that just from my own personal experience, that's a really tough thing to navigate, because one person may see something one way, one the other. But to your point, you know, compromisation is really, really key in all that.
So much compromise.
Yeah, you gotta learn how to, all right, I'm gonna give you this, but I'm gonna give this up just to make sure that it works and it keeps growing, it keeps moving, even if you're crawling, you know what I mean? Like even if you're low crawling.
Yes, even with nothing.
The same direction, you know what I mean?
Yes. I mean, he like empowers me too, though, you know, because it's like, I guess I would say like business wise, it's mostly like a male dominated sort of industry. And like, he's always been like, talk to Tara, you know? So like he's so supportive of me. So it's like, I don't know if it would work for everybody, but it works for us, you know?
Yeah, that's what's up. And that's the key. Like, I think what you said is so key. Like, you got to find out what works for you guys. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. What works for you guys may not work for that team or the next team, but you guys have figured it out and you guys make it work and seem so seamless, because I've seen it in action myself when I met you guys. So
appreciate it. Well, we just got engaged. We just got engaged. But
congratulations.
Thank you.
You guys just got engaged.
Yes.
Yeah. For those of you all that didn't see the engagement, it was on the live. Once it was a live stream concert back in mid-December.
Yes.
I think it was.
Yes.
So what is
my life?
How has that been like? Like, was it something you thought was coming, or?
Like, oh my God, it's just like everyone's, you know, like I said, we've been together for so long. So everyone's always asking, when are you guys getting married? But like I said, we've been focused on building our brand, our company. Like in 2016, when we started FBA, we made the commitment, like Jehry calls it, like no daytime leisure activities. So that includes, you know, we're not going to go do vacation. We're not going to go out to eat. We're not going to go to clubs on Friday nights. We're going to focus all of our time on this.
Yeah.
You know, so
Takes a lot of discipline to do that. So I applaud you guys' discipline, because that's not an easy thing to do, man. So
No, it's not.
so Tara, talk to me about your team. Let's talk about Wash, Tom, and Bree. What is your team?
Nothing without them. Nothing without them.
That's what's up. So talk to me. What do they do? We're gonna talk to them here in a little bit as well. But I want to hear from you. What do they each one of them do, and what did each one of them bring to your team, to your success?
Okay, so Bree, like I said, Bree is day one, A1 from the day one. That's my baby sister, like my actual family sister. And she's always been there to look at me and be like, yo, his shit's so dope. Like, she just always confirmed to me that I wasn't crazy and Jehry's music was like the dopest shit ever, you know?
Yeah.
So she's just, you know, we create content constantly. Like, she designs, she's just got that natural knack of like graphic design. Jehry's super particular too in what he likes. And she's like, you know, he'll go through 100 different things and not like any of them. And then she'll show him one thing and he loves it. So it just, you know, that's his sister too. Another loyal person that, you know, it's built on loyalty and trust. You got to have people around you that like actually like want to win and see you win with you without like ulterior motives, you know? So then, you know, when she had started, her and Wash are a couple as well.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So they've been together for 5 years, I think now. So when they first started dating, she had told me, you know, Wash messes with Jehry's music. He thinks it's dope. And I was like, cool, like, let's link with him. And it's been family ever since. Like,
that's what's up.
Yeah. So he's got a super creative, like, visual eye. He really gets, you know, what Jehry's looking for, what I'm looking for. Like, he's just on it. He's the one that, like, when you leave the venue, he makes sure that you didn't leave anything behind, you know? Yeah. He'll give Jehry his sunglasses or his jacket, or he's just on point when it comes to, you know, shooting pictures, all that sort of stuff. And then Tom is mine and Jehry's best friend from when we're young. And he, again, another person that, like, it's trust.
Yeah.
It's trust, and it's the same, everyone's got the same goal. So we're all running and walking like towards the same way. So we help each other with the path. Tom is literally like, if we need him to run somewhere for a video shoot, he's there. If we need him to be the DJ really quick for a pop-up show, he's there. If you need him to drive, you know, it's just, the team is solid when it comes to like the inner core of it. And it's so important. It really is.
I think that's incredible. I didn't know, well, you know, this is my first time interviewing you, so I didn't know like you guys were so family oriented, which is so surprising to me. You know, usually family and business don't ever mix, but you guys seem to pull it off. So I applaud you guys.
Well, it gets tense. We don't call them fights. We call them growth sessions. So we have growth sessions because the thing is, like, we all want each other to be the best we can be. Yeah. So it's sometimes tough love to each other, but like, because we want to grow. Like, nothing changes if nothing changes. So we literally like uprooted our like life in New York and everything we had done and built there, and like moved to Missouri, where like I didn't even know like Kansas City was in Missouri, you know, like we thought it was in Kansas. Like you know, it was very like, it was all just the universe like colliding.
No, I feel you. That's how we felt when we moved here. Like, okay, we got the Kansas City, like what the hell is it? Like what?
Yeah, I'm like, wait, what side are we on? Okay, wait, sorry, like, but it's one of the dopest. It's one of the dopest places ever. I plan to have like roots here for the rest of my life, you know.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. I think that's cool. So talk to me a little bit about your relationship with Jehry. So I know you talked about this already, so I don't want to dive into it too much, but what is it like, you know, being Jehry's manager versus his fiance? Like, do those worlds collide? Do they blur? Like, what is that like?
So we're so like on the same like wavelength. I can't explain it. It's like our vibe is just so real. Like, it's always, I don't know, the music to me is going to change the world. Like, I feel like Jehry's supposed to change the world by helping heal people's mentals, right? Because it's this, just the, you know, the people that listen, the feedback that we get, it's just like, damn, like, wow, he's really helping people like that struggle mentally. And I feel like, especially now, so many people struggle like mentally, but he's got to go to really dark, deep places and pull those feelings. So
Yeah.
It's a gift and a curse at the same time.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I believe that I'm an artist as well, not at all musically singing at all, but creatively. So like his music just brings like visions, you know, like we jump around the studio, me and him, like we're literally jumping like around the studio, like 4 a.m. It's like what we live for. So I don't know. It's just, I don't even know my life any other way than like,
I think that's
I mean, also too, like, think about it. Like I'm with him since I'm young. I'm 16, 17. His entire catalog of music is basically my life.
Yeah.
So and like, you know, we had the 21-year-old like break up for like a month type thing, but we've been together for like such a long time. So, so his like, it's personal. His music.
Yeah. So what I was going to say was like, it seems like his catalog of music is your story too, because you were right there when everything was
every time he says she or we, it's like he's talking, you know, so it's overwhelming at times.
Yeah. I hear
you know, but sometimes I'm just like, yo, this is so dope.
So talk to me about the future. What does the future look like for FBA? What are some of the future ventures? Are
global takeover?
Or what does the future look like?
Well, I mean, as far as like sky's the limit, you know, like I will be, like I said, I want the music to be international. I want because I feel like it can help the whole world. I feel like music is universal and it doesn't speak a language and it doesn't have a color and it doesn't have any of that stuff. It just it just brings something that we can't even explain what it brings to us, you know? So progressing the music constantly every day. If I can get one more person to like know who Jehry is, like I feel like a little bit of the day was a success because like at least even one at a time. I don't care. Every single person counts to me. Yeah. Like first 300, like those first 300 people, like literally mean everything to my soul. Like everyone matters. And I appreciate everyone so much for doing that. But then when it comes to artists and things like that, it's like I take it so seriously managing an artist. Yeah. Therefore, I don't just like, I'm around a lot of artists. I like to help and give guidance, but I also don't like to overstep. And I also need to be able to, you know, like lead the way sort of in a way. Like, yeah. Now, I'm not saying that I know everything because I don't, but like even the CD thing, like sometimes I just know, like, let's just do it this way, you know, like I don't know why, I just know. So the artist has to be the right mixture of allowing that as well. Yeah. So like coming across like Rose the Mermaid, like it was just a perfect organic fit. And that's what we do. We FBA does what we say we're going to do. If we say we're going to do it, that's what we're going to do. We never, we don't like to bullshit. We just do what we say we're going to do, you know?
That's what's up. I think integrity is a lost art nowadays. You know
what I mean? Hold your word. It's all you have. All you have is your actual word.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know, like fuck everything else.
I feel you. So Tara, it has been a wonderful time hanging out with me. Man, this evening I've learned so much from just listening to you and your story, but the time has come to wind things down and for some shout outs. So on the Diggy A2 platform, we always give shout outs to give thanks to those that have helped you get to where you are in your career. So who are you shouting out this week, Mama? Who do you want to shout out to?
Oh, shout out. Okay. So my mom and dad, Jehry's parents, my brother and sister, Jehry's sister, my family, love them all. Strange Music, FBA, it's what it is. The fans, the first 300, the real ones, the FB aliens, you guys.
Oh, that's what's up. We appreciate it. Salute, man. Salute.
Yes, always.
Thank you. This is awesome, yo. This is awesome. So with that in mind, you guys, that's all that we have for this week. Tune in next week where we're going to be talking to Wash, Tom, and Bree, the kind of inner core of the FBA management team. We'll sit down and have a conversation with them. But thank you all to our fans, followers, supporters. Thank you to the FBA management. Thank you, Tara.
Yes,
and of course, shout out to hip hop.
Yes, always. Thank you.